Hi Manu,
Yes, hello, sir.
how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. By the way, this is A. Bhattacharya. Today I will take your session.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the first half, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss concepts on our topic like function. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. After that, we'll discuss a few questions on that. Okay, Manu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start. So first of all, once we are going to discuss function, so can you give me one example of function?
Mm, function.
Yes, whatever it comes in your mind, if you are familiar with.
Mm, for example, like sequences, number sec
Numbers with.
like number sequences.
Okay, so okay, no problem. So what we can do, like for a function, first what we have to know, let's take a simple f of x equals to x plus 5. Can you write this equation?
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay, so here what we have to remember, like there is a variable x. So this expression is in x. So we'll see that this expression, will it be a function? Like we'll see that what function is actually function is, um, you know, we'll discuss that. First of all, before that, let me tell you something. Like when we are going to find out f of 1, so what would be the value?
1 plus 5, sir.
Perfect. So in place of x, we are going to substitute 1, so that would be 6. Now let's come to the
Yes, sir.
function. So as if like at first we don't know, like we don't have much concepts on functions. So basically function, if we try to visualize, this is going to be a water tank. In a water tank, like there are two pipes. One is inlet through which water comes inside. This one is outlet through which it goes outside. But it's special type of tank. Special characteristics is there, like we can regulate the flow, inlet flow. It means like water is coming inside, so we can regulate, we can restrict the flow, but we don't have any control over outlet. Once water level reaches this, so after that it starts you know
Yes, sir.
going outside. So here, what do you have to keep in mind? This input, this is called inlet, means input, that is x. We can choose x. So as I have asked you, what would be the value of f of 1? You rightly said 6. You can also
Yes, sir.
have input like 0, 2, whatever it comes in your mind, you can substitute and get the answer. So it means you have full control on x. But this one, what would be the output? Like if we try to, for example, when we substitute x equals to 1, is it possible to get f of 1 equals to 8 for this function? Answer is no. Why?
No, sir.
Because for output there is no control. So this is nothing but
Yes, sir.
y values. That is f of
Yes, sir.
x. So here is the first thing what we have to keep in mind. Gradually we will moving to the definition of function, but before that, a few things we have to remember. There are two sets. Are you familiar with sets, Manu?
Yes, sir. Section 1 diagram, sir.
Sets is,
Yes, sir.
yeah, what set is?
That is, yeah. Sir, set is like the set are like the numbers number inside the diagram. Uh, like for example, in sets and Venn diagrams like that, sir.
Okay, okay, yes. So what's your hobby, Manu?
Hobby, sir. Hobby is like I play I like math, sir.
Okay, so you like to play as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So which sports do you like most?
Football, sir.
Football. So definitely, you know, like suppose you have a collection of jerseys as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So suppose you know, like you have a lots of collection of jerseys. So what it meant, like when you go for playing football, so in every day we can assume that you wear a new jersey as you like to play this. So here, set is nothing but a collection. You know, collection of what collection means? Like collection, it's a special type of collection. Suppose special type of collection means you can't repeat. Repeat means suppose you have a jersey of blue color. You you can't say like if you have two jerseys of blue color, so you can't say this one as a set. So set doesn't repeat. Suppose for a set, if we write 1, 2, 3, then it's fine. Nothing, no element is repeating. But once we say 1 repeats twice, 2 repeats thrice, it doesn't make sense for a set, though even though it's a collection.
Yes, sir.
So it means set is a collection of distinct object. Suppose you have, you know, 7 types of different colors or different types of jerseys. So that can be represented by a set.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so set here, first we have to know domain. Domain means X values, and
Yes, sir.
this one is range. Range means Y values. Okay, so for domain, there are 3 football player. Like you know, we can consider Ronaldo. We can consider Messi. Can you tell me one more name? Manu?
Neha, sir.
Neymar. Perfect. So here, let's consider 3 dates. 3 dates means like their birthdays. Like we can say, for example, I don't know the exact birthday of these 3 famous players. So we can consider Jan 1, Feb 1, March 1. So now let's look at this. You know, like if we say birthday of Ronaldo is on 1st Jan. Birthday of Messi is also on 1st Jan. Birthday of Neymar is also on 1st Jan. Is it possible? If we think on reality, like in your real life, is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why do you think it would be possible?
Because they can have the birthday on the same day or maybe
Perfect.
or
Yes. Yes. What you said that like 3 person here, 3 football player like Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar can have same birthdays. There is no, you know, uh, it's not like that. It is very unlikely to happen. So it can be or it can't be. So it means different X values can have same Y values. So many to 1. Okay. So this collection of these 3 person, these 3 famous player, it's nothing but X values. That is called domain. And their birthdays, collection of this, it's called Y values, which has another name as range. Now let's consider
Yes, sir.
the same example, but here we'll observe something different. Like there we came to know that they having it is also possible to consider that they have birthdays on 1st Jan. But if we say here is the domain, that is X values, here is the range, that is Y values. So there are three persons: Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. There are three different dates like Jan 1, Feb 1 and March 1. Now if we say that birthdays of Ronaldo is on 1st Jan, birthdays of Messi on 1st Feb and that of Neymar on 1st March. Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why?
It can be possible because it's as the first question said, it can happen any day. It doesn't. But yeah. But unless yeah, it can happen on any day. That's why, sir.
Yes. So it means like what you meant to say, Manu, like three different players can have three different birthdays, right?
Yes, sir.
In our real life it's possible. So
Yes, sir.
in the same way for set it is also possible. This is called one-to-one function.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's consider one more case.
Yes, sir.
Here is Ronaldo, here is Messi, here is Neymar, and so here is the range, that is Y values. Here is the domain, that is X values. Now if we consider that birthdays of Ronaldo is on 1st Jan, Messi on 1st Feb, Neymar on 1st Jan, and Neymar on 1st March. Is it possible?
No, sir.
Okay, why not?
Because as I said, like Neymar is having two birthdays, one on Jan 1 and one on March 1, so it can't be possible.
True.
But the other Messi and Ronaldo are fine.
Yes. So
So
for Ronaldo and Messi, it's fine. For Neymar, it's not fine because any person can't have two different birthdays. So that's why. So it means for a set the same rule applicable, like we can apply the same rule. Single X value can't have two different Y values. So here one to many, it's not possible. So when we like come across with this type of um, cases or this type of situations, we can easily say that this expression it's not a function.
yes, sir.
Okay, so I will let's move to a few examples so that would be a lot more clear. We can have the much more clarity. Suppose if we consider the first one a set of values like this. Second one, if we consider third one, if we consider fourth one, So these are the four values. Like in the first option, a few values written as said. Second one, third one, the same thing, fourth one. So we have to identify which one represent a function, which can be possible values for a function.
Possible values for function are.
Yes.
Sir, yeah, sir, I think the first one can be a possible value.
Okay, the first one. Okay.
And the second one, sir?
Okay, first and second, you think, okay, we'll come to that reason. Can you tell me why do you think first and second would be a function?
Because like as I said, they do not have any number with the same no. Oh, yeah. So like for example, like I think this one is not because at the second part each of them have a 2, sir.
Okay, second one is not possible.
Yeah, but the first one is possible, sir.
Okay, but the first one is possible. Okay, so for the first one, what we see that, as you were saying that every, can you repeat, Manu? What did you say?
Every first number, no, every second number has the same number, so that's why therefore it's not possible.
Okay. So first of all, what we have to keep in mind, just if we see that for any function, if we write this one as this way, x comma y, right?
Yes, sir.
X comma y. So now, if we move to the here, like single x value, like each x value can have distinct y values. Different x value can have same y values. So here we can see that 1, 3, -1, 0. So 1 x value goes to 2.
Yes, sir.
-1 goes to 2. 0 goes to 2. And 3 also goes to 2. So it means different x value having same y value. Right?
Yes,
So will it represent a function?
yes. This one, yes, sir. It will.
Definitely. Because different x value. Here we have learned many y values. Here many to 1 means many x values can have same y values. So this one is a function. But the second one, let's come to the second one.
Yes, sir. So yes, the first part is no, sir. This one is
Okay,
not.
this
Sir.
one, second one is not. Why?
Because like the y value for this one is minus -5. Then so then if you put -5 on the side, then 6 will be -5. 7 won't, sir.
Okay, so if we see that, Manu, let's visualize this one. 5 goes to -5. 6 goes to 0. 7 goes to 0 as well. Okay, and 2 goes to 8. So if we just compare this x values as 4 different person, this y values as their birthdays. So 2 can have birthday on this date, 5 can have birthday on this date, right?
Yes, sir.
6 and 7 can have same birthday,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? So will
Yes,
it
sir.
represent a function?
No, sir.
Okay, why not?
Because not all the four numbers are having the same y value.
Okay,
That's why, sir.
so it's not like that. They can have different y values, 1 to 1. We can see that they can have different y values. Like here, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, they having different y values, right? So
Yes, sir.
different y values means what? Different x value, like every x value having different y values. So here 2 goes to 8, 5 goes to -5, 6 goes to 0, 7 goes to 0. So all these are different. But for 6 and 7, these are same.
Yes, sir.
So it means it is quite possible. So we can represent this one as a function as well. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if you have any confusion, let me know. So you got confused because of this -5?
Yes, sir. I thought that all the numbers should equal to number
No.
negative 5. That's right, sir.
No. It's not
That's
like
the
that.
first one.
First one is a different case. Look, here we have considered a different cases. Like here, many to 1, it's possible. So that's why a right sign is there. Means same birthdays. Different one, it's also possible. They having 3 different birthdays. So it is also possible. But one person can have more than 1 birthdays. It's not possible. That's why cross. Like it can't represent a function. So what we have to remember here, simply Manu, if we just see that, can any one of the x value having 2 different y values, just check it once for 2. X value means 5, it goes to -5. X value means 6, it goes to 0. X value means 7, it goes to 0. X value means 2, it goes to 8. Right?
Yes, sir.
So does it have?
Yes. So,
Yes.
This means yes, sir.
So will it be a function?
Yes, sir.
Definitely, because no x value here we can see that have more than 1 y value. That's the point we have to remember. Okay, so can we move to third one?
Yes, sir. Then third one, 4 and 1. 4, 3, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5. This is also
Okay,
this is also
this is
factor.
also like it must represent a function. That's you meant to say? Okay, why?
Yes, sir. Because x value of this one is 4 and then y is 1 and this one is 1 and that's 4 and then for 3 and 2 then 5. Yes, sir.
Yes. So the same thing like here, all the different x values, 4 goes to 1, 1 goes to 4, 3 goes to 3, 5 goes to 2, 2 goes to 5. It means same x value can't have more than 1 y values. right? So it is also.
Yes, sir.
Let's try the fourth one.
Mm-hmm. Sir, this one is not, sir.
Okay, this is not a function you meant to say. Okay, why?
Yes, sir. Mm, sir, because this one is having two, and then the last one is having -1, sir.
Very good. Yes, yes, Manu. Here 5 goes to 2 and 5 goes to -1. So it's not possible. Same x value can't have two different y values. So it must not be a function. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great. So the next thing. Okay, Manu, what about this year? Like in 2020, will Euro Cup take place? What do you think?
No, no, sir, not at all, sir. Because that COVID-19, that's why it won't. It should happen in
Okay,
2021.
okay. So, okay. So let's come to a few graphs. Graphs means like, suppose if we draw this type of graphs, like, okay, let me draw the very known graph like a circle, ellipse,
Yes, sir.
parabola, vertical line, horizontal line, slant line, graph like this. So let me number them, like this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 different graphs. So now what we need to do, Manu, like we have to identify which one represent a function. So it's not like that it can have only one answer. It can have more than one or as well. So we need to identify.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so number one is one can be identified as a function.
Okay, 1 means circle. You think that can be a function, okay?
8 cannot, sir. Yeah, sir, I think 8 cannot, sir.
Just take your time.
Mm,
Take your
so
time.
2
Take your
can.
time. 2 can be, okay.
3 or 3 and 4
3
also
and
can
4
be, sir.
also can be, okay.
Mm, 5, yes, 5 and 6 can also
Okay,
be,
5
sir.
and 6 as well.
Yeah, but yes, sir, 7 and 8 cannot
Okay.
be, sir.
So how can we have idea about this, Manu? Like how can we check any graph um, that we should consider this one as a function or we shouldn't? Is there any rule?
No, sir.
Manu, just we have to stick to the basic. We came to know that one x value can't have more than one y values. That's what the thumb rule for function. Function means relation with this property, that is called function. So for this, any graph we check whether it represents a function or not, we are going to use vertical line test. We have to draw vertical line. We might draw vertical line in that way. So these are not fruitful for this experiment. For this experiment, we have to draw a vertical line in such a way so that it must intersect the graph at maximum number of points. Does it make sense, Manu?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here you can see that what happens here once we draw this line, vertical line, it has more than one intersection. So it's not a function.
Yes,
So
sir.
in this way, can you check for the second one? It's called vertical line test. We'll explain. Let's try the second one now.
Yes, sir. So this is also not a function, sir, because it's the same as the first one. The two lines are meeting each other at this part and
Yes.
also
So
yeah.
we need to remember,
And,
Manu, one single line, not two lines. One vertical line. Line has to be vertical. When we stand on the floor,
Yes,
what
sir.
happens? We make 90 degree with the floor. So that's called vertical. So vertical line means like if we draw and if it is observed that it intersects at more than one point, so definitely it's not going to be a function. What about the third one?
Yes, sir. Mm. Sir, third one is,
True.
sir. It is because there's only intersecting
Yes.
one line.
So it doesn't matter like
Bottom
how
one.
we draw, it won't intersect more than one point. So definitely one point. What about fourth one?
The fourth one is not. Fourth one is also
True.
intersecting.
It intersecting more than one, so we should consider the third one, but we shouldn't consider the fourth one. Fifth one.
Yes, sir. Fifth one is not. It is an intersection.
Okay, so basically, vertical line, once we draw this, we'll see that, just a sec. Once we draw any vertical line, it will intersect at infinitely many points, isn't it? So it's not. What about the sixth one?
Yes, sir. Sixth one is also the same as the fifth one.
Sixth one, let's draw a vertical line. Whatever be the vertical line, it doesn't matter how you draw. It will intersect only at a point, not more than that. So it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try the seventh one.
So seventh one. Yes, sir. Sir, it's not intersecting.
Yes, it will intersect, but only at a point, not more than that. So this is going to be a function. Okay, what about
Yes,
eighth
sir.
one?
Yes, sir. Eighth one the same. It is not intersecting.
So definitely it will intersect only at a point, so it is also a function. So what we came to know here, Manu, it's called vertical line test. If a vertical line intersects at more than one point, then the graph is not a function. Okay, does it make sense? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we have to specify, the possible x values. We came to know the collection of x values is domain. So how will we find the domain? That might be the question. Let's check it out. Suppose if we consider f of x equals to 1 over x minus 1. So what would be the domain here?
Domain 1.
Okay, 1. So domain means possible x values. So if we substitute x equals to 1, so what will you get?
Uh, 1 over x, 1 over 1 minus 1. Remain 1 only.
So 1 over 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 means 0. 1 over 0 equals
0.
to? It's undefined. You
1.
can't divide any number by 0. So this is undefined. So it means any real number, its domain is any real number except 1. So x can't be equal to 1.
Yes, sir.
So how are we supposed to write this? X is an element, x is not equals to 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Manu, now can you try this one? 2x minus 6. Let's find out the
Yes,
domain.
sir. Then for this one, sir, the value of x is sir, what will be the value of x, sir?
Yes, so if you want to do to find the value of x, if you want to find it on pen and paper, you can. Do you have pen and paper with you? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
can you tell me the value of x? For which, like, whatever the value of x comes in your mind, you may let me know at first.
So then to find x, you need to solve this part, sir. 1 is divided by 2x
So first
minus
of
6,
all,
sir.
if we see that whenever there is an expression of x in the denominator, if we make it to 0, so 2x would be 6. The value of x would be 3. Right? So h of 3 would be undefined.
Yes, sir.
So it means its domain is x such that x is not equals to 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay? It's clear? Let's come to one
sir.
more. If we say m of x is x plus 3, so can we have the domain.
So then different domain, then we have to do 1 divided by
Okay.
x plus 3, sir. X plus 3. Then we make x as a subject.
Okay, so let's set the, like, for whenever we are going to find the domain of this type of function, let's set it to 0. X plus 3 to 0. So what would be the value of x?
The next value of x would have been x equals 3. It's 0 minus 3, sir.
0 minus 3. X should be equal to minus 3. That's what. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
now
sir.
how will you write in the notation?
The notation, so in the notation meaning in like we now know that the
Yes,
value of x
notation
is
means
minus
this
3
one.
like that, sir.
Okay.
Notation.
It's clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's come
Yes,
to
sir.
the next one. If we say p of x is going to be 2x plus 8. So let's find out.
Yes, sir.
X is
That's
4.
4, sir.
Let's try one more time. It seems it won't be 4.
It should be
So
6, sir.
2x plus 8 equals to 0. So what would be the value of x?
Then x will equal to 8 minus 2, sir.
2x would be equal to negative 8. What would be the value of x?
Then x will equal to negative 8 over 2.
X would be negative 8 over 2. Yes, true. Then what would be the value?
Negative 4 then.
X would be equal to negative 4.
Negative
So what would
4.
be the domain?
Yes, sir. The domain would have negative 4, sir.
Yes, negative. Negative means what would be that value? Manu? Yes.
The value
Means
of
the
negative.
domain, what I meant to say, has to be x not equals to negative 4. That's what I meant. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Let's come to one more question. If we have f of x equals to 1 over 3x minus 9, let's find its domain.
Yes, sir. Okay. 3x
Yes,
minus
3x
9.
minus 9.
Sir, then for this one, x will be equal to, then the domain of
3.
this one is
Okay,
3.
why is it 3? How have you got 3?
Because 3x minus 9 will be
Yes.
equal to 0, sir. 3x will be equal, 3x is equal to 9.
Yes.
Then x will be equal to 9 divided by 3. Very, very good. 3.
Yes. 3x minus 9 equals to 0. So 3x would be equal to 9. X would be equal to 3. True.
Yes, sir.
And after that,
Then after will be then the x x with the x equals to 3.
so okay, how are we supposed
Yes,
to
sir.
write this after that?
X and so first we have the brackets, sir.
Yes. So it means we should write like this. X is an element where x cannot be equal to perfect.
X cannot be
3.
equal to
Perfect. So it's clear now, Manu? How are we supposed to do this?
yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
So let's now
yes, sir.
move to question paper. We will try to find out a few questions. Here it says f of x is this and g of x is this. So g compose f of x. How are we supposed to find out?
F of x 7 minus f and g of x g o s f.
Yes, this one.
This one. Sir, this one. So then the value of x is going to be negative
Yes, so
2x, sir.
g compose f of x is going to be g of
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
hello. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So now question is here once
Yeah.
we get g of f of x, like the function which is on the right, this seems to be f of x. So g of f of x, here f of x is 7 minus 2x, isn't it? So g of 7 minus 2x,
Yes,
how
sir.
can we find out?
Mm, uh, 7 minus 2x. Uh, so then 7 minus 2
So here
will
you
be
can
equal
see
to
that
5,
g
sir.
of x is x plus 3. So in place of x, we'll just write 7 minus 2x plus 3. Does it make sense? So 7 minus
Yes, sir.
2x plus 3. So if we just add them or simplify, what would be the value?
Yeah, then will be 7 minus 7 plus minus 7 minus plus 3. And be 7 plus 3, 10 minus 2x.
Very good. Yes, 10 minus 2x. This is going to be the function. This is going to be the answer for the first part. Does it make sense? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So can you try
Yes,
this
sir.
one, Manu? Like, if compose g of x. Let's try this one as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, so then for the in the bracket for FOG in the bracket it will remain this one, so 10 minus 2x.
Okay.
Okay. And then in yeah, 10 minus 2x in the bracket of minus 1 with a negative 1, and then the x part will be 5, sir.
Yes. So you're right. So here in place of g of x, we got x plus 3. So after that, what should we do?
Yes, sir. X plus 3. Yeah. Then after that we should then in the other bracket for the x bracket it should be 5, sir.
Yes. So in place of x, we can write 7 minus 2 times x plus 3. Right? So it is
Yes,
going
sir.
to be 7 minus, if we simplify, what will we get, Manu?
7 minus 7 minus
7
x
minus
plus
2x
3.
minus 6, because negative 2 times 3.
No, 7. Oh,
Then
plus minus 6. Yes, sir. Then after that we'll get a 7 negative
7
2x
minus 6 is plus 1.
minus 1.
Negative 2x plus 1. Okay, it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So this is going to be, that's how this is called composition. Composition works, right? So let's come to B. How do you find G inverse of X? Let's try.
It has a
X plus
value
3.
of g.
It's X plus
Is
3. So we have to find its inverse.
x plus 3 negative 1. And the value of x is
It's G inverse. Inverse has a special meaning. Special meaning means like G inverse of X has a special meaning. So how are we supposed to find this?
uh, mm, uh,
First, whenever we are going to Manu, yes, whenever we are going to, find inverse, let me tell you, in place of G of X, we have to write X. In place of X, we have to write Y. So can we have the value of Y in terms of X?
yes, sir. So then Y will be y plus 3 and into the
Y would be
negative 1.
like here.
Y
Yes,
equal
Y
to,
would be equal to. So Y would be
x
like
plus
x
3.
minus 3. We have to transpose this 3 to other side. Wouldn't it be x minus? So x minus
Yes,
3.
sir.
So this one is going to be inverse.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So
Then,
we are done with the first two part. What about the third part? We have to find out if compose G inverse of 5. So how can we find it out?
uh, then for this one, so this one will be x 7 minus, no. So then this one will be y plus 3, y plus 3 in one bracket, in
Yes, so
another
it is
bracket 5,
going to
sir.
be if compose G inverse of 5, Manu, we can write like this. F of G inverse of 5, right? Because G has to be the inner function since it is on the right, this one. So can we have the value of G inverse of 5? Let's find out.
Yes, sir. Mm,
G inverse of x you
uh,
have here like x minus 3. So can we have the value of G inverse of 5, Manu? Let's check it out.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So then, sir, G, okay, let's say G minus 1. So then will it be x
So
minus
G
5, sir?
inverse of 5, this is going to be 5 minus 3. In place of x we should substitute 5, isn't it? So 5 minus
Yes, sir.
3, this is going to be 2. So it becomes f of 2.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
find out the value of f of 2.
Of 2. Yes, sir.
So f of x is given 7 minus 2x. So what would be the value of f of 2?
F of 2, 2x. F of 2, sir, then this one is like f of 2.
Here
Yes, sir.
it
F
becomes
of
f
which
of
one,
2.
sir?
So can we substitute 2 over here and let me know the answer, Manu?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So 7 minus 2 times 2. So 7 minus 4, which is 3. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
So this is going to be the answer.
Yes, sir.
It's clear, Manu? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
that's it for today, Manu. And as the moderator informed, all details have been sent for IB Maths HLAL coaching program. We shall call tomorrow after sending feedback. Okay. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the session, Manu.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Bye.